Hi everybody, my name is Jacque Smith. I'm the Nutrition Program Manager and a nutritionist here at Evexia. And today I'm going to break down in this video what it actually feels like to work with a nutrition coach. This is not just giving you guys a plan, this is helping create a system in your life. So in this video, I'm gonna break down why we coach the way we do, our philosophy in coaching, looking into accountability and tracking, as well as what it looks like in the first 12 weeks of your journey here at Evexia. So now I'm gonna break down our philosophy here at Evexia surrounding nutrition. We do not believe in extreme diets or quick fixes. Our goal is to help you maintain habits and routines that help you create long-lasting results. What we want you to focus on is how to understand your body, help you create sustainable changes throughout the long term. Now step into my office. Now this is where the magic happens. So now what I'm going to go over today is what it feels like to actually work with a nutrition coach here at Evexia. To start off, we focus on your habits, your routines that you already have in place. We want to meet you where you're at and help you create habits that are sustainable for you with where you're at in your life. We don't overwhelm you. We help you create simple tasks and routines every day to make you feel better in your own skin and to also help you see more results for the long term. And more importantly, we explain to you why you're doing these certain habits so that you're learning along the way. Now, how we coach for nutrition, the biggest thing is we have a lot of touch points. So we will meet bi-weekly, whether you're online or an in-person client, and check in with your habits that we've already set for you from the first check-in and try to build along the way. We coach you off of your goals, your schedule, and your overall lifestyle. We guide you and adjust as needed, specifically in those bi-weekly check-ins. Now, the biggest piece that we focus on as nutrition coaches are the relationships we create with our clients. They are supportive, they are connected, and we really listen to the client to make sure they understand that we are on their team. We also give some tough love. Sometimes we have to remind clients multiple times that they maybe aren't doing what they promised us they would be doing, or focusing on the habits they're supposed to be doing daily. Comes down to the accountability piece for us. We want to make sure you know that we are on your team, no matter if you're doing the habits you're supposed to be doing or not. We want you to succeed as a person. Our coaching is built around a 12-week journey because real sustainable habits take time, okay? And so when we are focused on the first 12 weeks, it is all about the foundation. So this is where we walk through everything we need to get started. The first thing we walk through in the 12-week program are your habits and routines. When we focus on these to start, we want to see where you're at. How much water do you drink? How many hours of sleep you get? Are you active? Are you sedentary at work? What do you already eat? Those are all your habits, right? Especially things that surround the habits that we will focus on to start your foundation, which specifies in your food, your sleep, your stress, what you drink, all those things. Why'd I wink at you? Next thing we go over is a food list. Now, we start with a food list to help, again, like I've mentioned before, simplify things, right? We don't want you to feel like you're restricting, but we want to make sure you guys are focusing on whole foods and balanced plates that we will go over in the next section. But with a food list, it helps you focus on and zoom in on the types of foods that are going to give you the most nutrients your body needs. Proteins, carbs, fats, veggies, all those things. Then we give, as well under the food list, to remind everybody, our recipes. Because sometimes cooking or just knowing what to eat, how to make the foods that we gave you on this list can be kind of confusing and hard to navigate. So we give you guys recipes with the foods that we tell you to start with in the foundation. The next piece of this is creating your plate. Because again, our goal is to create a balance that is specific to your lifestyle. So when we talk about creating a plate, we want to focus on a balance of protein, carbs, veggies, fats, to again make sure we're getting the full nutrient sources that your body needs to feel good and to live the life you want to live. Next, we talk about portions. A lot of the time, we like to break down portions in the sense of using a guide, which is our hand. So for example, when I'm thinking of how much protein I should have on my plate, I take and tell a client about a palm size of protein on my plate. When I talk about carbs or veggies, it's at least a fist size of your own hand of carbs and veggies on your plate. And lastly is fats, which is about a full thumb is about a tablespoon of fats. Now again, portions vary on where a client starts, how much weight they are holding, how much muscle they have on their body, and how active they are. So everyone's portions will look a little different, but that's the view that we look at to start with clients to, again, keep it simple. And lastly, we talk about what meals should look like daily. Because again, everyone's daily life is different. Some people work early in the mornings and get off early. Some people work overnights. So what your meals look like day to day and seasonally changes. Whether you're a school teacher and you have summers off, whether you have big plans and you go on a vacation, all your meals will look somewhat different, but we want to create a consistent routine around the types of meals that you are eating, especially in your normal routine. We also go over tracking. So how to create a system of tracking. Everyone's tracking looks a little different. We focus on, to start with, many clients when they walk in the door for the first 12 weeks, taking photos of food. Why? Is because it creates awareness and allows you to understand the types of foods you're eating throughout the day, as well as us nutrition coaches give you feedback right on the spot on what maybe you could add to your meals or something that you might be eating that could be hindering your progress that you want to see. So we usually start with photos. Another thing we try for tracking is we track macros. Macros are our protein, carbs, and fats, which encompass calories, how much energy we're consuming. So we will track those when we get more specific with a client. So that's the second type of tracking. The third is meal prepping. Creating a Excel sheet or writing it down on a piece of paper and sending it to one of your nutrition coaches like myself or one of the other nutrition coaches on staff in our messages to understand what your plan is for the week on the types of foods and meals you are going to have in that week and day. Other ways we track water, we track steps. That's why, again, a lot of our clients will wear watches or focus on, in the app we use for nutrition, track their water, how many ounces of water they're getting per day. So we really, really emphasize tracking in the first 12 weeks to, again, create a good, sustainable habit on what they are doing and create awareness. From there, like I mentioned before, we have structured bi-weekly check-ins. So when we talk about all of this stuff to start in your first session with us, we then meet every 2 weeks to build off of the habits we talked about in your previous sessions. So whether that, again, is drinking more water, for example, or getting more steps, we try to what we call habit stack. When you get a habit consistent, we add another habit on top of those to keep them consistent throughout a long period of time. So with the bi-weekly check-ins, we also check in bi-weekly on the in-body scan. That allows us to have a little bit more data on your body composition, considering your muscle mass, your body fat, how much water you're holding inside your cells and outside your cells, as well as how healthy your cells are. It gives us a lot of data that we break down in our nutrition check-ins to help you understand what your body's doing throughout the first 12 weeks of creating sustainable changes and habits in your life. So instead of guessing, we clearly give you an idea of what your goals are in the next 12 weeks. We utilize the in-body, we utilize what we focused on tracking, specifically if we've moved you from taking photos to macro tracking to meal planning. We want to give you guys the autonomy, but also give you the accountability that we offer you to help you see the changes you want to see. And to preface, the first 12 weeks is just the beginning. And that's why we want to make sure your foundation is stable. Because if you have a stable foundation in the first 12 weeks, the next 3 to 6 months that we will dive into in the next video will help you in the long term. So whether your goal is to get leaner, get stronger, perform better on the court, on the field, to lose body fat, to lose weight, whatever it is, our job is to help you get there in some capacity in the first 12 weeks. You will see changes and you will feel better, and a lot of the time you will see a lot more physical changes first before sometimes the in-body catches up, where you see it more in data points. Now at the end of the 12 weeks, to wrap this all up, we end with what we call here at Evexia a goal review. A goal review session is to go over all of your data and all of the habits and check-ins we went through in the first 10 to 11 weeks together, and to realign or align each other on what your goals are going forward, whether your goals stay the same with staying lean, wanting to lose weight, wanting to lose body fat. The goal review is to help us see where you started to where you are now, and to help you continue to create little adjustments when needed. Because if it works and things are becoming sustainable, we don't want to change those. But if something isn't sticking or something's hard for you as the client to create that habit, then we want to help you adjust in the best way possible for where you're at in your journey. Because the goal isn't just the first 12 weeks, it's long-term success. Thank you all for joining me in this video about what it looks like to work with a nutrition coach here at Evexia. If you're interested in working with us in any capacity, check out our website or check out other videos in our YouTube channel. The next video I'm going to be doing is going to be diving deep into what it looks like to work with us for 6 months and what the progress would look like as a client. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.